Alright, what is going on my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Of course, continuing this series of going against the Worst Generation 11-star difficulty GARP challenge with multiple different teams to give you guys a little bit of option in terms of what you want to be doing with this GARP challenge. And there's a lot of variation here, and honestly, I felt Quick was actually pretty easy. I found Dex to be a little bit more challenging to deal with. And the main thing is that Quick have a lot of really good characters that have the crewmate ability that resist blow away. Now, if you have access to the Colosseum Jinbei on this particular team, he is so good because he has that crewmate ability. He's also really good because he procs the super type of Final Tap Luffy, which, as you're seeing here, is going to be the first team of this video. And also, he has a special ability that's able to remove the threshold on the Zoro and Killer stage. So just in general, like a really good unit for this GARP challenge. And he also does a chain boost when you activate his special as well, so that's actually kind of nice to have. But also you got characters like Legend Smoker, who also has a crewmate ability that gives you the ability to resist blowaway. Who would have thought that Legend Smoker would have been an actual usable character for content? But the good thing about Smoker is that you can kind of like build your team and then just inject him in at the last moment, because the good thing about him is that he can either be an attack booster or an orb booster depending on what you already have, because he is going to be an attack booster when you launch your special, but if you've already got an attack boost, he gives you an orb boost instead, and it's a 2.5 times multiplier, so it's incredibly powerful. So in this team here, we're going to be having a 2.75 times attack boost with Luffy's special, and then on the last stage as well, we have the Smoker to grant us a 2.5 times orb boost to our quick characters. So really good combination of specials here. Shanks crew and Ace and Sabo together are like one of the best combos you can have. The switchability of both of them guaranteeing you essentially a full board of matching slots. Of course, you do get in a situation where sometimes one of the characters won't have a matching slot, but just in general, you're going to be having a lot of matching slots guaranteed, and you'll have the special ability of Shanks, which can give you a chain lock, and you can have Ace and Sabo, which provide their color affinity upon switching, but also the fact that they will activate their orb boosting special ability that, remember, because if you have a Luffy character on your team, the orb boost that they provide actually lasts for 3 turns, so it's really good to use it here against the Zoro, take these matching slots into the next room, and we actually take the orb boost into the next room as well. Of course, using it on the final stage is obviously really nice, but the thing is not too many characters actually receive the orb boost on this team that you may think, so it's good just to use it just to get through that stage, you know, keep Sabo in whatever form that he is, and you'll be able to get these full board of matching slots here, which you can conserve for the rest of the battle. Luffy typically wouldn't have been a great option for this content just because of the debuff that you receive a little earlier on in the fight, where every time you have a recovery slot, and if you eat a recovery slot, you take the damage instead. And you got to remember that Luffy, he will consume recovery slots even if you hit it perfect. So that's quite an annoying thing to take care of, is the fact that if you hit a good, a great, or a perfect, Luffy's going to be taking damage from a recovery slot, and that lasts for a pretty long time, so you got to keep that in the back of your mind, having to deal with that. But of course, if you make it to the final boss stage, after you activate all of the special abilities, it's pretty much a wrap. Honestly, it would be better if you had Shanks crew. I mean, actually, no, it's fine. No, Ace and Sabo definitely are the better option to be switched into the captain spot. If Shanks crew is switched into the captain spot, you will still win, because, I mean, Ace and Sabo provide a 5 times boost because you have all these matching slots. You know, Shanks crew still provide a 4.5 times boost, which is definitely nothing to scoff at. So it obviously is better to get Ace and Sabo as captain instead, but, you know, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get through it with Shanks crew either way. So you have the chain lock, attack boost, and the orb boost with the Luffy team, able to get through it pretty comfortably. Of course, we're going to be building a quick team, and we cannot build a quick team without having Versus Akainu on board. Versus Akainu is great for this, of course, because the heroic stage where you have to deal with the special limiter or damage limiter effect, the burn gets rid of that. So the Versus effect of Akainu is extremely clutch here for not only providing really good damage, of course, number one, giving us more matching slots, which really doesn't matter because we have a full team of quick units anyway, but also, you know, the ability to just grant that burn, and it's for 4 turns, whereas Ace's is only a 2-turn burn. If you use the Versus effect of Akainu, it will be 4 turns, which is really, really good. And yeah, just all in all, like this is just crazy. And again, one of the other characters that's able to get around the blowaway on the final stage is Super Type Kaido. Actually also has that sailor effect to resist blowaway. And because his cooldown is relatively low, mine is limit break expanded, by the way. So keep that in mind if you do choose to opt to use this team, because I do use him on the Bonnie stage there. And because of the cooldown, he's actually going to be ready as soon as we reach the final boss stage as well. So it actually works out like absolutely perfectly. If yours is not limit break expanded and you wish to do the same thing, you probably don't want to use the burn on turn 1. I don't know if that even matters. Like, I don't even know if that's gonna even matter. It probably doesn't actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So either way, having the limit break expanded Kaido is very, very useful here. We've also got Quick Whitebeard on the team, and he's relatively replaceable. You don't even use his special ability on this team anyway. You could use it a little bit early to help you get through some of the fights a lot easier, but I was just trying to be a little bit careful and a bit cautious as to where I wanted to activate specials, just in case if I needed them. But, you know, in hindsight, you could replace Whitebeard with anything else, or you know, use something with a better captain effect, obviously. And we also have the Sea King, or the local sea monster character. The main reason why they're here is because they remove damage threshold. Unfortunately, they only remove 3 turns of it, so we do have to take 1 turn of stall normally here on the Killer and the Zoro stage. But after that turn has passed, we can use the Sea King special to remove the remaining 3 turns of that threshold. They also give an orb boost for 1 turn, and if you hit 3 perfects, you get an orb boost in the next turn. But luckily, they don't do anything after 3 turns have passed. I believe they start doing things on the 4th turn, once the barrier of Killer has expired. So you do get like 3 turns of just free reign to do whatever you want. So that's something to note. Relatively, you know, laissez up until that point. But obviously, you want to be killing them before that 4th turn because they make colored slots non-beneficial to your team. You can still kind of get around it if you use the versus effect of Akainu. But ideally, you just want to get through it before that 4th turn there, which is not really too bad, not really too difficult to do. And then again, because we have 2 Akainu specials, we're going to save 1 for the last stage, of course, and just activating 1 of those specials against Blackbeard is all we're going to need in order to kill him on stage 6. And then on the final boss stage, we're going to have the Akainu special, which provides the orb boost and the chain lock. And we also have the versus effect of Akainu to provide a 1.75 times conditional boost. Once again, Kaido's going to be ready, so we'll get 2 times increased damage taken to the enemy because they don't have a full immunity buff, which is great. And then, of course, the last character is Smoker, which is also really good. As we've seen in the previous clip, he provides either an attack boost or an orb boost, depending on what you have already. So because Akainu is going to be our orb booster, we have the Smoker to be our attack booster, and his damage is going to exceed what Whitebeard's does, because Whitebeard, I believe, is a 2.25 times attack boost, whereas Smoker is a 2.5 times boost. And in terms of overall damage, I think this is the highest damage potential out of all of the teams that you guys will see in this video today. It's a very comfortable team once you get to this final boss stage. You pretty much can't screw it up at all. And a very, very fun and comfortable team using Akainu once again. I mean, that burn damage is incredibly powerful for taking down these mini boss stages before stage 7. A really, really fun team. The final team in this video is a bit of an obscure one, definitely a captain that I have not used in an extremely long time. But after looking at this Jinbei, who is just such a good unit for this fight, having that crewmate effect to resist blowaway, and that special ability to remove damage threshold, and also have damage threshold applied to ourselves so we can tank some more hits, and it gives us a chain boost and everything. Just Jinbei is such a good unit for this fight in general. I wanted to try and build around that, and you can see we're using Shank's crew, we're using Vivi Rebecca V2 for both of the captains. We have V2 Shirahoshi Mancheri, and also Christmas Neptune. Christmas Neptune is another character I was looking at because he does have that crewmate effect to resist blowaway, and he provides a 1.75 times color affinity boost, which is going to be really nice on the final boss stage. But of course, one of the great benefits of using the V2 Vivi Rebecca and the Shirahoshi Mancheri is just the amount of healing you get. I mean, their switch effects, the captain effects, they just provide so much healing. And we do actually use the Zunisha ship here, which allows us to make recovery and tandem slots count as matching. And when Vivi and Rebecca are in their dual form, they make all colored slots count as matching. So just naturally, we're going to be getting guaranteed matching slots every single turn, no matter what. So that's huge, right? Because it does mean that we don't have to worry about orb manipulation when our orbs are eventually locked on the Blackbeard stage. So that was the ideology moving into it, and, you know, obviously we are using a lot of dual units. These multipliers aren't insanely high, so it does take a little bit of time to get through it, but honestly, it's such an easy team, and, like, there were no hassles whatsoever. Initially, when I first used this team, I actually didn't record the first part of the run, so I had to do it again anyway, and I decided to just go ahead and see if it would be able to clear it, and it was able to clear it. So then I did it again, and it cleared it again very efficiently. So if you have these applicable units, like maybe you don't have versus Akainu and super type Kaido, all these like really crazy super type quick units, this is another really valid team. And honestly, I mean, aside from the V2 dual units, I mean, the V2 waifus can be a little bit difficult to get a hold of. But if you have them and you don't have some of these other really powerful units like Final Tap Luffy or versus Akainu, this is a really solid team for getting through this fight without too many issues. So this is a really, really fun one. And the captain effect of Vivi Rebecca is actually really good. I believe they do more damage if you have color affinity. Obviously, their special ability provides a 2x attack and a 2x orb boost. We're going to have color affinity on the final stage with the Neptune. We do use the Shirahoshi Mancherry a little earlier because we get given the bomb slots and the recovery slots. We are blinded, and I didn't want to deal with that. And I was thinking, you know, I could just use Shirahoshi Mancherry special here, and they should be ready by the time we reach the final boss stage. And spoiler alert, they are ready by the time we reach the final boss stage. So if we did need to use their special again, we are able to do that, which is great. But Shank's crew providing really good chain locking effects. And the good thing is because the captains here are boosting classes rather than colors, it means that all these dual units that are able to switch into different colors are able to get around so many different fights. So even though we are running a full quick team, we do have access to Dex characters with Vivi Rebecca. We've got access to Psy characters with Shank's crew and V2 Shirahoshi Mancherry. So we're able to access quick, Dex, and Psy characters with this team whilst completing the quick only mission. So that's really, really nice for clearing this particular piece of content. And of course, the overhealing is ridiculous. You can see we have over 100,000 health right now. Blackbeard will end up cutting our HP, but it doesn't really matter anyway because we still have an incredible amount of health to deal with. And you can see here, we get our orbs binded or in those little barrier things, and normally that would be a bit of a problem, but luckily for us, Vivi Rebecca have an amazing captain effect that can treat all colored orbs as beneficial, so we will not have to worry at all. But that is going to finish this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this one today, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
Come on.